Welcome back. Unfortunately, women don't understand that their behavior are a turn off for most men. All right. What are their behaviors I'm talking about? They're rude, loud, obnoxious, crude, disrespectful, dishonest, right? All these negative things that I keep saying, right? Those are really a turn off. Their loudness, men do not want to be around loud women who shout a lot, who's act all, I don't want to say, from the streets. They act like men. They behave like men. They have all this masculine energy, right? Those are basically turned off for most men. All right, the only people that like that is probably the cuck boy out there. They want to be caught on, want a female to dominate them, right? But in actuality, most men out there don't like that. That's not very ladylike. They want a feminine woman who's timid, who spoke, who speak when being spoken to, right? Who's respectful to men, who's not dishonest to men, who don't belittle men, right? Unfortunately, these days, right, a lot of women aren't like that. They're not very ladylike. They don't behave like women. They all loud, rude, obnoxious, all that stuff I said prior, right? And those are the characteristics that men don't want. What kind of self-respect men want that? Like I said, the only guys who want that are cucks, beta male simps, blue pill, right? If you don't understand how is that not how is that is unattractive to men, reasonable-minded men, right? Because men don't, because of those attitude, it brings out a lot of unwanted attention to you and your relationship, right? People are going to talk about you. People are going to have this idea about you, right? That he can't control his woman, that he like the loud, rude, crude woman, right? Guys, in actuality, guys don't prefer that much. They don't like that attention, right? The rational male don't want attention to him. What do attention means? Attention means more targets on your back. They like to be gray. Men, they like to be gray. They like to get that kind of attention. But by women behaving like this is what guys avoid, right? Women, if you're clueless of what a man wants, right? Don't exhibit this kind of characteristic. Don't exhibit this kind of behavior, right? If you have this kind of behavior, most likely you're gonna stay single the whole time. Men are changing. Men are going on strikes. Men are protesting. Well, I wouldn't say protesting, literally protesting, but protesting by not asking women out. Men right now, they see how the true nature of women now, right? It's not 1990 no more, where most men out there are simps, getting married left to right, and getting divorced and getting married again, getting divorced, getting married again, not realizing their lesson. Don't right? This 2023, where the age of information are spreading around so fast, it'll make your head spin, right? Now women display themselves on social media. Now men picking that up, right? They don't understand that when they display themselves on social media, they display the true intention and the true behavior on social media, and men learn from that, right? They don't want that. They don't want another part of that. They don't want a piece of that, right? That's not very ladylike. Loud, to me, that's very annoying to me. When a woman is so loud, I can't stand that. Like, do you have to be this loud? Right? Do you have to be this? Why are you so loud? Why? Who? What attention? Do you want that much attention? Is attention that matters to you that much? I don't understand that. They don't need to have. They don't need to be this kind of loud, right? Not only that, this honest to you, right? Go and talk to other men. Like, guys don't want that. They don't want the woman talking to other men. It's not a insecurity. Well, it can be an insecurity issue, but can you blame the man? Right? Why? If you want a relationship with a man, why would you talk to another man? You only making him even more what? Having more thoughts in his head, right? And because of that, that's what characteristic that men do not want. Their behavior like this, these kind of behaviors. Women behavior is the number one contributor to leads to their unhappiness. It's the number one contributor that leads to their singleness. Guys are not willing to put up with that. They don't want to mess around with that. They leave it aside. They're walking away. They're on their own. They don't need you. Right? They build themselves up better now. If you do not learn, right, from yourself that men do not want this, then you can't save yourself. This is why I'm saying that women will not change, right? Because they won't change their behavior, they can't be saved. They have to come from a structured family. If they don't, if their upbringing is not right, they're not gonna change, and the behavior is like this. And these kind of behaviors is the reason why they're single, and they don't understand that. Guys don't want to put up with this stuff, this nonsense, this attitude, right? If you have a bad attitude, you think guys will want that? Guys do not want a woman with bad attitudes all the time to come home getting yelled at for no reason, right? While you're doing most of the work already, and what's your solution? Yell at him even more? How does that make the guys feel? That he's unappreciated. Stop yelling at the man. Stop having attitudes with him. Stop being combative. Stop being argumentative. Stop fighting with him. Stop trying to dominate him. It's like coming to a man every day, right? Their behavior is very masculine. No guys might want to come to a masculine woman. It's a turnoff. Guys have to deal with that every day in the office, in the streets with other men out there. Do you think he really want that out of a woman? He just want to come home to some feminine attributes. He's not asking you to submit entirely to be his maid, his slave or anything like that. He just wants some peace and quiet, some respect. Is that so much hard? Is that so much to ask for? Some respect, right? Men respect women all the time, but it got to a fine line where they won't respect them anymore, right? That they won't even try to date women anymore. They're happy alone. And women don't understand that men are perfectly fine being alone. Right? And what's the repercussion to bad attitudes? Men just won't date them because they're okay being alone. There's no problem. We'll just say no and go our own way. Right? Because due to their behavior and attitudes. Their behavior and attitudes are the number one turnoff for most men out there. Right? And fortunately, because they have that behavior and attitude, they can't change their way. They will not change for you. Men need to understand that they won't change for you because they're not willing to do that. It's just who they are. They're at a certain age, all right, when a kid reaches to a certain age, they stop developing. They set their brain is set in that ways, is set in that habit. That's why she had to have the right upbringing by the right fathers in her life, the right structures in her life, right? Because if she passes a certain age, right, there's no going back. She always set in her ways. This is why it's not optimal for a guy to be dating a woman that doesn't have a father in her life. Because she can turn out to be manipulative, deceitful, dishonest to men. She can have her because her single mother gonna already brainwash her to teach her to badmouth a man, say a man's no good, that you're independent, you do well without a man, right? And because of that indoctrination to a woman, they're gonna be disrespectful, and because of that indoctrination can make them develop their bad habits, their bad behavior that guys don't want, the bad attitudes, because they didn't have the right upbringing, the right structures in their life, the right family. Because the mom decided to get a divorce in the most crucial time of their development, of their social development. Right? When a woman divorced a husband and the kids are still growing up, that's not doing any favors. If you're gonna divorce your husband, at least do it when your kids are already growing up. When they're like 20, 40, whatever it is, right? Right? Do it. Don't divorce your kid as they're developing up as children without a father, right? If you can choose to divorce when your kids in college or something, when their motor skill, their social skills already developed, right? That's doing a disservice to your kids. If you get divorced right in the middle of their development, right in the middle of when they're so young, you know how damaging that is, right? Of, because of that behavior, they can develop all these bad behaviors because they're not structured. They're not. What's that word I'm trying to look for? Um, Stable. They're not stable. When you raise a kid that's from a single parent household, they become unstable and unmanageable, and they can run amok. Well, that's why you have all these kids out in Chicago causing all these riots. Most likely, these kids come from single mother household that doesn't have any structures, that doesn't have any rules. They develop all these bad attitudes, thinking they're the ish, and it's gonna lead to the bad behaviors. These bad behaviors is the reason why men don't want to commit, and it's just a turn off to men. But I don't know. If I missed something, let me know. If I missed something, put your comment below. On that note, guys, like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. And peace and blessings.